Alrighty. Hey, Corrupted Citizen, welcome in. Good evening. Go to sleep for real. It's only 11 o'clock right now, so I figure I'm going to be up for at least a little bit doing some cataloging. Might as well stream it, so. But, this is only like just a bonus stream. We're not going to go as super late. No Blazing Blade tonight. That'll be tomorrow, because we're expecting the silhouettes for Faye tomorrow as well. And then, yeah, we're just going to be cataloging some stuff. So I got my iPad here. You can even see if I switch to the screen what that cataloging screen looks like. So you can see catalogs some of the new like Conpedo stuff that we got the other day, including some official photos. How you doing today, Corrupted Citizen? Let's pick something a bit more modern music-wise here. Wish we got like Falling Petals, although that might be a bit too intense for cataloging. How about me? Dude, okay. I just got home from a fireworks show with some friends. It was very warm out today, though, so the combination of sweat and fireworks smoke, I was like, all right, we're taking a shower. So now I took a shower, but because it's still warm, it's very humid right now, like, you know. Pick some chill music for cataloging. Do we want respite and sunlight, or do we want a promise? See, they're still going with the fires. Yeah, a lot of places are doing fireworks tonight. Most do it tomorrow, but some places will opt for tonight's just so not everyone's conflicting tomorrow. I think we'll go with the promise. I like this one. All right, so yeah, again, I'll be around. I'll be able to hear everything, so if needed. But the thing is, my mic is not gonna be able to come with me. I wish I did have a wireless headset mic for not all the time, because like obviously this mic is like super high quality, but I wish I had one for like for stuff like cataloging. Hey Havoc, fireworks are pretty loud here. Yeah, luckily my neighbors aren't shooting any off tonight, but I'm guessing they will tomorrow. But yeah, I went to a fireworks show. It was run by one of the local cities, not my city, but like nearby. So, but thank you for the resub, Havoc, and that's a sub for you. Welcome back for 19 months. Enjoy your emotes, and remember, we are getting new emotes soon. We have at least 3 coming in, although I'm going to see if I can ask Zadora, because like Zadora's opening up commissions again later in the summer. I'm going to ask if like, hey, if I order more at that time, like she'll still, knowing her, she'll still give me the 3 that we order once those are done. And then, but the thing is, she usually makes like a little kind of like image like that shows all 3 of them for like her own social media and for her own portfolio. I'm gonna be like, oh, if I'm gonna order more at this later time, can you just kind of combine them into one little thing so that way it's all together instead of separating them. All right, let's see here. Havoc, let's see, sub summon. So you have quite a few right now. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. You have 13 sub summons. So for every 5, remember guys, you get every 5 subs, resubs, or gift subs, mix and match. You get sub summons, and when you get to 5, you can force me to summon a full circle on any banner you want at any time. No time limit. Should I put a time limit? No. Dun, dun, dun. I'll keep this in mind. There you go. But yeah, enjoy the emotes and look forward to some more. We are getting a sleeping Tiki emote. We are getting a crying Sakura emote, and then we're also getting a Halloween Henry. So that'll be a seasonal emote. If you guys haven't done so, you can get most of our seasonal emotes will be a bit emote, not a regular sub emote. So that will be for people that have cheered at least 1,000 bits lifetime. So unlike subs, which you have to renew every month, once you reach 1,000 bits total in the channel, you unlock that emote slot forever, even if you're not subbed. So that, I figure that's the best one for seasonal emotes, because even if you don't sub all the time, you'll have access to that seasonal emote when we put it in there. Right now, it's just a regular, I think it's like an annoyed, or it's a pouting May. But yeah, for seasonal stuff, like again, we already had the Winter Hector, which currently, when it's not in season right now, it's the 5,000-bit emote. But when it's Christmas, we'll make that the 1,000-bit emote. And we're getting a Halloween Henry with the vampire outfit and everything. So again, that'll be our October seasonal emote. But all right, I'm gonna go catalog some stuff. I'll be around here. You guys will see it. I might switch views so you can see it from overhead, but the camera doesn't have auto exposure, so it's not always the best camera. I will probably upgrade that webcam, the overhead camera, to my current phone once I get my new phone. I'll probably keep the iPhone 10 for Faye, the secondary account, and I'll use my current phone as an overhead webcam, that's a very expensive webcam. But at least I can do it wirelessly. I don't have to use up a USB cable for that, so it frees up a cable. So, all right, so let's switch over to the camera screen, and I'll be back and forth. I'm gonna be cataloging the keychains, not the keychains, the can badges. Get to those, all 56 of them. So. Gloves. Oh, I also got a package in the mail. Let me open that up actually real quick. These are the Engage bag charms, at least 2 of them. I ordered 5 replacements. These are 2. Thing is, if these are damaged, I think they're sold out of one of them. I'm pretty sure I got the last Illusion one. Please be good, please be good, please be good. Shipping card. Oh, thank goodness they wrapped them. Did that make it any better? Who knows? Let's find out. No! Freaking... It's even worse than the last one. About Illusia. Nope, this one's damaged too. Son of a... Alright, well... Let me check if Valiant has them. These are worse than the last ones. I've already set the other ones to Lord Gregorius. Let's go to the website, chat. They are cool little bag charms, but I think they're sold out. Yeah, they're sold out of Illusia. Is Ami Ami definitely still out? Where else can I get these? I wonder if I can go to... Yeah, they're Ami sold out of Illusia. Intelligent Systems has the Gradlon one. That's the one that I just got here, but it's damaged. The packaging, at least. Where else can I look? I'm surprised that these aren't even on Amazon Japan. Actuaries, congrats on first. There you go. Enjoy your 1,000 points. You guys get a bonus stream today. So we're gonna be just cataloging some Fire Emblem merch and stuff. See, they do have some of these things. I wonder if they have. Wonder what these would be listed under then. Are the virus pretty good? A little short this year. At least it felt short. All right, let me check the under the brand. Yeah, I wasn't able to find the regular listing, but let's see if the brand that makes this line of Fire Emblem merch. Okay. Should I buy some Fire Emblem booster boxes? These are pretty cheap, especially because of the weak yen. How much is 6,000 yen? Yen to USD. Is anyone else going to the fireworks either today or tomorrow? These are $40 boxes. Should I just buy these? Should I get them? How are these only... Guys, should I buy cipher boxes? They're normally like $60. This is like 45 because the yen is so weak. They have here. There's a tote bag here, but it looks like it's a fan-made one. At least I've never seen this one. It does look like kind of cheap artwork. I don't think it's a licensed one. Reusable grocery bag. It doesn't look like it's a legit one. It still looks cool, but... But yeah, I'm not seeing the bag charms that I'm looking for, guys. Actuaris, what are you up to tonight? Oh no, chat, I'm browsing merch. Just browsing merch. Did you eat the star candy yet? Yeah, we did. We ate a few of them the other night. I have more. I feel like I have a lot more. I think the big box gives you 100, and then the smaller tin with like Sami gives you like 40. But yeah, we ate a few of those on stream. They're basically pure sugar, which is a lot for me. I don't usually eat that much sugar. If you can imagine like some, you know what pixie sticks are? Imagine like a tiny bit of that balled up, and then like the outer part of it is like caramelized almost, like so it's like a hard shell. What is this? That's not Fire Emblem. Oh no, chat, I'm browsing merch. The thing is, I'm not finding the thing I was looking for. I'm just finding other merch, and now I'm like, buy. $1,000 for a Cypher Players box? Buy every last one of them? Hey, don't tempt me, I'll do it. These aren't Fire Emblem either. See this Cypher box? The other one was like 45 bucks. This one looks like it's about 600. There's mostly people selling one-off cards here. What is this? I've never seen this. Looks like 3 hopes pre-order bonus, possibly. I can't say 60 bucks though. It's just an acrylic stand. Let me translate this page. Like, I've never seen this acrylic stand, but I don't know where this is from. The keychain on the left looks legit. I don't know where the one on the right is from. Let me check something real quick. Keychain, which I do have, so that's why I'm like, okay, this does look pretty legit. But then there's a acrylic stand that I've not seen before that I don't have, but I'm not gonna pay $60 for an acrylic stand. And again, as tomorrow's stream will be normal time, we'll be doing some Blazing Blade. We are also expecting face silhouettes for the summer banner. Oh, you know what we should do? I should react to... I haven't seen the Faye... the Playhouse drama thingy. I forgot what it's called. So let's watch that real quick. Let's watch that. Let me pull that up here. YouTube, Nintendo Mobile. Is it not on Nintendo Mobile? Is it only on Twitter? I saw it on Twitter. Alright, I guess I'll pull up Twitter. Have you guys seen this? Not full screen, but... That's so many boxes. Hey, Pamoya. Hold on, we're actually gonna remove the direct thing here. This is, what is this called? It's like Playhouse thing. I don't know. All right. Yeah, it's a lot of boxes, but I mean, nothing you guys haven't seen before. All right. Let me switch over to desktop audio. I have not seen this yet, so we're gonna see if we can get this to work. I need a different browser window here. Yeah, so we're gonna hold on. All right, but welcome in, Pomoya. Just kind of hanging out tonight. Let me zoom in a lot so I can see where the edges of this video are. Alright, so I haven't seen this before. I'm guessing many of you probably have. But we'll give this a watch and see what I think. Alright, you guys ready? Wait, well, I don't hear it. I don't hear it. Where's my sound? Can you guys hear it? I can't hear it. Oh, hold on. I think I... Wait, what do I have it set to? Should be multi-output device. Yeah, I should be able to hear it. Do you guys hear it or no? I can't hear it. You do hear it? Why don't I hear it? Oh, maybe that's why. Why was it set to that? All right. Anyway, here we go. Nope. Still don't hear it. What the heck? But why? I don't hear it. What if I go to speakers? Okay, I can hear it. Let's do my computer speakers. Peony Mirabilis. Okay, the lights are off. It's the Dokelfer. To be continued. Alright, is that it? Why is this one only like 30 seconds? From them before the event begins. Story continues in another video set to release tomorrow. Okay, so we're getting a full video tomorrow. Okay. I hope it's not like 30-second segments. I like when it's like a full video and we can see everything. So this was just a teaser. Okay. Alright, well. Good to know, I guess. Alright, back to regular audio inputs that I know work. Alright. Anyway. Alright, so where were we? So we were shopping, that's right. What else can we buy? I was literally just here looking for the bag charms. Why? Okay, so where else can I get these? CD Japan, maybe? I don't know. Ami Ami's out. Tenso's out. Fire Emblem charms. Why don't I just search Fire Emblem? It's not the kind of thing I would expect on a site mostly for CDs, though. Even though they have things like figures and books. So they have some collectibles here. Oh, they do have them. Okay. The Brody one's no longer available. Actually, a lot of them are no longer available. Shoot. Where else can I buy these? These are no longer available, chat. Shoot. Ami Ami's out. There's another booster box for basically $39. Should I buy more cipher boxes if they're that cheap? I feel like the answer should be yes. See, in America, if you buy like a booster box from like a secondary source, like not an official retailer, they're probably like someone that like opened them up and put in like throwaway cards from somewhere or some other game. Just browsing stuff now. Where else would I be able to get these? Because again, Intelligent Systems is sold out of Illusia, but I need that one. Ami is also sold out of basically all of them. The only one Ami Ami has left is Gradlon, but if I'm gonna get that, I can get that from here. But the other ones I already ordered from Intelligent Systems are Barodia, Firene, and Psalm, I think. The Lethos one I have is fine. So I just need a Lugia from somewhere. I mean, this one's not awful, but it is worse than the one I sold Lord Gregorius. But this Gradlon one is basically shot. Thing is, the bag charm is so heavy, and there's like, not sharp, but like sharpish edges. So when you swing it in the packaging, it just goes out of the side. It just cuts through the plastic. Does anyone want this? I'm gonna reorder again. These are not cheap either. The tea sets are available. Does anyone want a teacup from Three Houses? Oh, typo's already done. I was hanging out there. I guess I'll hang out. Terra's streaming us. Like how we haven't actually gotten to cataloging it. Alright, anyway. Yeah, let's put these off to the side. Again, I'm kind of annoyed that it takes... It's hard for these to come in good condition, apparently. So yeah, I will have to reorder Gradlon again. And then I'll have to reorder Illusia again. Alright. I want to get through all the whatchamacallit, can badges if I can. Let's see. Alright, how's everyone doing today? I wonder if anyone would be interested in Gradlon. Maybe Kaizen, because it's, you know, Vale and the Four Hounds. I think I'll hold on to the Illusion one until I can confirm I can get one somewhere else. Alright, so how am I gonna do these here? Let me pull up these pictures here. Take care. I'll put them in. I'm trying to decide how I want to sort these. I want to put them in the same boxes according to their release, or what I can fit. Alright, do you guys care for the overhead shot or the regular shot? Let's change it up. Let's go. See, I think has a camera that I can like change the level of zoom easily. I mean, I could change the zoom here. Not really zoom in, more the cropping and just blow it up. But no. It's not like you ever seen that view anywhere now. Actually, for this use, since I usually would be standing, I should change the camera here if I can. Let's get against the wide angle camera. Is that even? Let's see. There we go. Alright, done. Alright, anyone in the chat right now? Again, we're just chatting, but... I guess technically this is like a secret stream because it didn't even announce it in the Discord. So to those who are here, congratulations. There's 56 of these. But gotta get it done. Oh, dropping frames for the first time ever in a while. dropping more frames. I don't know why. I love this music, by the way. So this is Sea Winds and Travelers from Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valentia. It's so like just kind of like nostalgic and homey and carefree. Oh, dropping quite a few frames actually. I don't know why. Usharan. Why am I dropping so many frames right now? Legit don't know why. Saline. Alright, so is anyone in the chat? If anyone in the chat has any music requests from the Fire Emblem Heroes music selections, let me know. Or if you want to just name a game and I'll pick something from the game. Do they have TMS music in here? Let's see, that came out in 2014. Maybe they do. At least they have it in the game. I don't know if they have it. Yeah, see, it's not wooden. If this is in release order, you can see here, because Heroes is listed before Shadows of Valentia. So it should be before Fates, which is 2015 in Japan. But before Fates Heroes Awakening, which is 2012 in Japan, because TMS was 2014. So I guess they don't. That's unfortunate. Louis. Hey Kaizen, welcome in. How you doing today? It is officially now July 4th here. We're just kind of chilling. This is the second stream of the day. We're just kind of cataloging some stuff. Let's see, okay, this time I did spend money. What'd you buy? Was it worth it? Was it worth it? Did you get a deal? Are you going to get dozens or hundreds of hours of enjoyment out of it? Come on, Louis, I don't need a glare. $150 worth of summon currency? Oh my gosh, just to support the game. Which game are we talking here? Oh yeah, I did the backside. Chloe. Star Rail. Also, as I progress, hold on. Chloe a little bit this way. Hopefully get less glare. A little bit. The number of characters I want is gone up to 4, 2 of which I'll have to wait for reruns for. I mean, it's gonna happen when you're playing a game with a lot of characters. You're just gonna like more and more. I don't know why I keep dropping frames. This is actually legit the worst it's been since like last summer. But again, I guess this is a secret stream. I didn't even announce it on Discord. Because we already streamed today, so. I need another camera higher up because this one, it's a wide angle camera, so it can get me. Even though the camera is actually like even with my belly button, it can get me. Even though I'm also only about 2 feet away from it. It's a wide-angle camera, but it's also still it's an upward angle, so it looks weird. Because like it looks like my hair is very poofy, but it's not. It's just that when it's a wide angle and it's looking up, or you're catching the top of it, it's stretched out. Like if I were to go lower, my head doesn't get as stretched as it is up here. Next up, Diamonds. As I've been playing the story, I've really started to like Seal. Did I say that right? Nimius, thank you for the raid, buddy. Welcome in to a rare just chatting stream. How's everyone doing today? Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. If you guys are here for the first time, my name is Christian. I do stream every day on this channel. This is day 1712 in a row stream. This is actually the second stream today. But since we streamed some Fire Emblem Heroes earlier, we're doing some Fire Emblem collection cataloging right now. So this is a set of Fire Emblem Engage can badges. Right now, this is the Amber can badge. There's literally 56 different ones here. Hey, Tree Man. Happy July 4th. Thank you. Just got here. How are you today? Yeah, it is officially the 4th here now for me. It's just after midnight. How was Nimius' stream? What were you guys doing today? Happy 4th of July? Happy 4th of July to you too. Actually, it was at part of the reason we did 2 streams today. I streamed earlier because I assumed I was going to be out for the whole rest of the evening. Because on the 3rd, my friends and I have a kind of a tradition when we go to the fireworks near their parents' house. The city fireworks. Watched episode 1 of Oshinoko. Ooh. I haven't done a watch party on Twitch in a while. I usually do them on like Discord and stuff, but wait, did I get the back? Yeah, I got the back. You guys excited for the next summer banner? Silhouettes tomorrow. Hey, Callie, welcome in. Gonna hit the hay, but saw you were online. Couldn't not drop by and at least say hello. I appreciate that. Thank you for dropping in. Can we get a shout out, please, for Nimius and for Callie? Thanks for hanging out. I think I don't know if Kaizen's AFK. Get some shout outs here, guys. But yeah, if you're heading out, Callie, have a good rest of your oops, not Icelandic keyboard. I have the Icelandic keyboard on my computer, mostly. Oops, that's not right. S-O. There we are. Autofill. What are those you're cataloging? So these are can badges. They're basically like pins. I don't have an open one to show you guys, but they're basically pins. So if you look at here on this one, once I tap, I don't need the right glove. So if you look here, this is the design of it, and it's like a kind of like a rounded rectangle. And then on the back side, it's literally just a metal back, and then there's like a safety pin that you can pin to, like, most people pin them to things like their messenger bags or backpacks. And can badge is actually very popular in Japan. People have their bags completely decorated in can badges from their favorite franchises, games, anime, all that stuff. So it's starting to catch on among people that are into anime and video games here in the States, but it's mostly a big thing in Japan. Maybe I should put a few can badges, like, because I have a whole bunch of extra ones from stuff like on my carrying bags, and see if it starts a conversation. Because I'm at a point where, like, I mean, you might get some like maybe older or more professional coworkers that are like, "What are you doing?" That's kind of weird. But you know what? At this point, I don't care. I do me. Sigma Sensei, welcome in. Wanted the Veil one? I've somewhere in here is the Veil one that we're gonna be cataloging. Actually, I did buy an extra of the Veil keychains. This is one that Kaizen in the chat asked me to get for them. So at some point, we'll be shipping one to them. It's just literally sitting on my desk until they want me to ship it. Hoping to find a good pizza bag while in Yokohama. Been wanting one for a long time to show off my pink. Oh, nice. That'd be kind of cool to have. But gonna go now. Have a blessed day. All right, you two. Have a good rest of your night, Callie. Thanks for dropping in. Let's see. I might try and get it if it's still on Ami Ami. I was literally just on. Actually, I am on Ami Ami. I can check right now for you. If it's not on Ami Ami, there is a. Does anyone know any other sites that have these besides Ami Ami? And then Intelligent Systems has their own store, which only ships into Japan. But if you have a proxy service, you can get it, no problem. But they are out of the thing that I need to get. Oh, by the way, it looks like the Veil can badge is still in stock, but the keychain I just showed you guys on stream, that one is sold out. But they do have the Veil can badge on Ami Ami. But they also just recently released these bag charms, which are actually really nice. Also very expensive. So these are the bag charms that just came out literally this past month, end of June. This is the Illusia one. I keep these factory sealed, and the thing is with these, because these charms are actually very heavy. They're made of metal, and if they swing around in here, they like these sharp. They're not really sharp, but like these kind of pointed ends of the design. They'll like puncture through the plastic on the sides. I don't know if you can see it all that well, but you can kind of see like the curvature of the plastic here. It basically punctured through the sides, and I've gone through 2 of the Illusia ones now, so I would like to order a replacement. However, the Illusia is sold out both on Intelligent Systems and AmiAmi. Actually, AmiAmi only has the Gradlon one left in stock, whereas the Intelligent Systems site is only sold out of Illusia. They have everything else still. So I am going to reorder at least... I've already reordered Firene, Brodia, and Sohm. And then today I received Illusia and Gradlon. I'm going to have to reorder Gradlon, but now I got to figure out where else I can get the Illusia one. The only one that... I ordered all 6. The only one that got to me intact in one try was the Lethos one, the white one. Thanks for the... Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I just happened to have it open because I was looking at it earlier trying to find that Illusia bag charm. Right, this is Jade. This is the back of it. But yeah, for those who are here and wondering, like, what are you doing? Like, why are you cataloging all this? So I am, as you guys can probably tell, or if you haven't known already, I'm a huge Fire Emblem fan and Fire Emblem collector. So I have one of the biggest collections in the world. See all these boxes behind me? All the boxes you see in this image right now, those are all Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem merch, games, figures, soundtracks, plushies, manga, guidebooks, everything. Cipher cards, stuff like that. So if you guys haven't been here before, here's a picture of my collection, how it looked about 5.5 years ago. This was before Three Houses even came out. This is shortly after Shadows of Valentia, shortly after Fire Emblem Warriors. And at the time, this was already one of the biggest Fire Emblem collections in the world. And since this picture was taken in January 2018, my collection's probably at least 9 or 10 times bigger. But if I'm being completely honest, it's probably bigger than that. I'm just trying to, guess conservatively because that's what I'm pretty sure it is, if at the very minimum. So, but yeah, we're just cataloging right now. But yeah, if you guys haven't done so already, make sure you hit that follow button. We do stream every day. This is day 1712 in a row streaming. And then tomorrow we'll continue more Blazing Blade, and then we'll obviously kind of await the Fire Emblem Heroes Summer Silhouettes Part 2. Should we change up the music? What do you guys want to hear? Any particular Fire Emblem game you want to hear? You follow? Thank you, Treatment. I appreciate that. So right now we're playing some music from Shadows of Valentia. Does anyone want to hear music from a different game? Alright, this is the Allchrist can badge. Yeah, so again, I'm cataloging everything to kind of keep track of everything. Actually, once I take this picture here, I'll show you what I mean in this app I use. You can kind of see it on the screen already. Like I take a photo of all the objects in my collection, or I'm trying to at least. So you can see here, I now have that photo documented. I have a lot of information on the page here as to, like, the UPC, game, the related game, the product description, manufacturer, release date, date I obtained it, the suggested retail price, the price that I actually bought it for, the product's websites, the retailer I bought it from, any additional information, whether it's sealed or not. So you can see here all these items in this particular box, and then there's all the boxes in my collection on this left side. Welcome back, Kaizen. Kaizen's off buying Summoning currency. Not Fey Orbs though. Star Rail. Is he getting food? Gotta go in like 5 minutes though. Ooh, what kind of food? I already ate dinner. That was at like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, bro. But I am kind of getting hungry again. Should I eat more food? You shouldn't have like midnight snacks though. But if I'm not going to sleep right away, it's okay. But then I should be going to sleep soon. We'll probably end stream once I finish. Maybe I'll probably go cam badges and then maybe one extra set. I want to just finish the whole set, the whole Engage merch set from both April and May. So these were part of the April set. I just haven't gotten to cataloging them until now. Like, I need the space. There's like there's so much stuff sitting around, but I need to actually put it away. Let's see. Won't be using the summoning currency for a few weeks at least. The other half of my sandwich. Okay. I don't even know what I would get for like some food right now. Yeah, first things first, I want to get through at least all the can badges, and then I want to try and do the rest of the sets. So this is 18 out of 56 can badge. Can badges, plural. Ivy. Ivy's probably still my favorite Engage character, but there's so many good characters that I wish they had the chance to really expand on more. Like, Ivy's cool. Citrine I wanted to learn more about. I'll probably have to do all her supports at some point to kind of go through that. See, I'm dropping frames again. I don't know why. It's really bad. This is almost as bad as when I streamed on Wi-Fi. Anyone have a recommendation or a request for which Fire Emblem game we should listen to music from? Right now we're listening to music from Shadows of Valentia, which, by the way, that is going to be our next giveaway because I have too many of those. Shadows of Valentia Special Edition for 3DS. You can't get that anymore in the eShop, so might as well get it physically. But yeah, guys, welcome to the secret stream. I didn't even post this on Discord. You found me. Yaha. Yaha. Let's see, there's a 5th character I kind of want in Star Rail. Mainly because he's really hot and his combat is cool, but he'd require me to pull for a character I don't want just to keep him alive because he trades his HP for more damage. I can't justify going for him, sadly. Can you get him, like, accidentally while summoning for another character? So it's like a, you know... Is it secret Twitch notification? Twitch does that, but, like, I didn't post it on Discord. I feel like most people turn off Twitch notifications, so... In fact, a lot of people actually turn off Discord notifications, too. No, he's limited time? Oh, okay. Nothing like phase double specials or anything like that. Guys, anyone have any predictions for? Because like we're getting the summer silhouettes tomorrow, and then the trailer on Wednesday. Anyone have any predictions on? Because we're gonna get some FAOCs most likely, but there's at least gonna be one other game represented, and I don't know what it would be. Alright, that was Kagetsu. Next is Kaizen's favorite here. Hortensia. Let's see here. There's a dude named Blade, BA and Hot. Same update as Kappa, who I'm prioritizing. Hey RZL, welcome back in. Yes, we did Lapis. I can pull her out again if you guys want to see. Let's see. So this is Hortensia. Summer Mask Marth, but he takes off his mask. That's not Marth. That's a space station. Let's see, Faye and Yugdril, and then July. New Heroes banner is Ivy, Diamant, and Tamara. You think they'd rush all three of them out like that? It'd be interesting how they like give Firenze its own thing, but then they rush out the other lords. Alright, Rosado here. Alright. So you guys, you're fairly confident it's not going to be an engaged summer banner? Or are you just hoping it's not so that you don't have to, you know, summon for them? Tara, thank you for the raid! My own voice now because I was actually hanging out in Terra stream, so hold on. Everything's echoing in my ears right now, hold on. How's it going, guys? Athia, welcome in. Jeremy, Daito, Double Ray, how's it going, guys? Just absolutely convinced just to be able to drain everyone's orbs right before. Ooh, that's a good point. That's a good point. That engage was a seasonal banner, so no more engage stuff. Engage was seasonal? No, it wasn't. It was a Ascended banner, so it was New Heroes. If you guys are just coming in, welcome in. My name is Christian. I stream every day on this channel. This is day 1,712 in a row. This is actually the second stream today. We're cataloging. You get to see, so this is my cataloging app. Actually, if I plug in, you guys can get a better view of it. Plug it in, plug it in. You guys are too young to get that reference. If it all will show up here, give it a second, it'll pop up. It will, I hope. Pop up. Dang it. Hey, Will, welcome in. There we go. You want to see my summoner build? I'll show it to you. Okay, I'll take a look in a second here. Forgot the Kappa emote. So, is the stream going? Is it going well? Yes. Yes, it is. See, well is subject to gradation. You can have something that's going 100% well or 50% well. Being sure is not subject to gradation. Either you're sure or you're not. Just a little lesson for you guys. All right, anyway. But yeah, so this is my cataloging app. I use this to catalog all my stuff. On the left side are all the boxes. You remember that picture, or just like my background here? See all these boxes? Every single one of these boxes is one of these things on the left side. So like here's the box with like engage stuff, and then on the middle section it's all the stuff that's in that box, and then on the right it shows all the information about the stuff that's or about the item that I'm showing off. So right now we're cataloging Fire Emblem Engage novelty stuff, like the can badges. Like when I said in Tara's chat that I was photographing Diamant's backside, which that sounds wrong. I was cataloging this particular can badge, which I'm sure Tara has. And then when I said the back side, I was referring to the back of the item when I flip it over. So there it is. And I think someone mentioned Lapis. I think it was RZL. So this is the Lapis can badge. Alright, let's see here. Who's next? Goldmary. Do we have any Goldmary fans in the chat? So they just announced a new version of Dan Hang for Star Rail 2 updates away. Oh, nice. Oh, thank you for the hydrate and posture check. I mean, I'm standing, so my posture's pretty good right now. By the way, guys, I'm using a wide-angle camera, so if it looks like my hair is like really poofy right now, it's not. It's just that when because like this camera is in line with like my belly button right now, but I'm cropping it so you're seeing more like the top half of the frame. So when it shows up here, it's stretching me, so I look thinner than I actually am. But if I like go down to camera level, you can see my hair comes back down. It goes up and poofy, but it's just distorted. It's just distorted. and press the button to get it to sterilize the water. Witchcraft, can I get a close-up of Goldberry? Give me a second. Because you'll see the picture of the picture. See it right there. Let me use that photo. It's 5-star destruction imaginary. Very witchcrafty of you. Let's get the back side here with the barcode and product info. Yeah, so this is the stuff that came out in April. I've just been putting off cataloging it until recently, but now I'm running out of like space on like desk to like hold everything, so I need to basically catalog these so I can put them in a box and put them away. Later on, what I'm hoping to do once I have everything cataloged and put away is I'm going to go through each box and kind of make a video of it. So like I'll be like, all right, here's the box with, you know, Fire Emblem, Shadow Dragon, and Blade of Light through Binding Blade. We'll do that, and then I have a box that's Blazing Blade through I believe Fates, and then I have basically everything after Fates gets its own box because there's so many things in each of those boxes. So Echoes has its own box, Three Houses has its own box, Three Hopes, even the First Warriors has its own box, Engage. Let's see here. Good for my imaginary husband collection. We had I managed to get Tara's chat playing for simplicity purposes we'll call it FMK. With I got him playing FMK with Tara. So if you guys don't know what that means, yeah, you name 3 characters for one person, for someone to basically say which of those 3 would they want to marry, which of those 3 would they want to kill, which of those 3 would they want to F. If you know what I mean. Let's see, he's a literal Imagine Dragon. Like the band? Do you want to hear a joke about pizza? Sure. But yeah, so if anyone's curious, this app is called My Stuff 2 Pro. I don't know why it has such a clumsy name, but it's a really cool app. It's much more work than a lot of the other collection apps out there because it's very customizable, and when you have that kind of flexibility, it's a lot of setup, but it's fantastic. I can customize it and have it set up exactly how I want. I'm gonna get more can badges, starting with Tamara. Oh my God, Will. Tamara. Tamara's another one that I really like. Some degree. But yeah, as I was mentioning in Tara's chat, I ordered replacements of the Illusia and Gradlon bag charms. I had the same problem. The charms punctured through the plastic. I like to keep these sealed for now, so I'll have to reorder those again. But the problem is Illusia is sold out both places where I normally go and shop for these things. So now I don't know what to do. So I gotta go do some chores and other boring stuff. Hope everyone has a good night. Remember, Belgium isn't real tonight. Oh my God, Kaizen. Alright, have a good night, Kaizen. I don't know if you'll be on other streams later. Sometimes I know Ember Yami's actually been streaming like almost every day now. I don't know if I saw you yesterday though. Let's see. Alright, I got another one. What is the downside of eating o'clock? Eating o'clock. Eating o'clock. What? Some of the welcome in. How you doing today? We're kind of just chilling. This is actually a secret stream because I didn't even post it about it on Discord. So welcome to the secret stream. Oh my, Will, these are dad jokes. These are dad jokes. Will's gonna be a great dad. Simlupa, how is Engage going? Guys, Simlupa has already started Fire Emblem Engage, and I believe there are like 5 chapters in, is what you said? Although you're probably further now. Here's another one of my favorites. Actually, Marin, the last one I did. I don't really know much about them yet, but I kind of want to learn more about them too. They could be one of my favorites. But here's definitely one of my favorites. This is Burnett. Who is having a baby? Sidon and Yona. Oh, too soon. Let's see. Already finished chapter. Oh, nice. Why am I dropping frames? I don't know why I'm dropping so many frames today. This is like literally my drop frame rate from when I streamed on Wi-Fi. Which hasn't been in years. Oh, that triggered Tara. Was something I said? That was. Can we get a shout out for Tara, by the way? Do I have any mods in the chat? I don't know if I have any mods. Let's see. Tara. Let's see. I wish I want to play Dragon Quest Heroes 2. Let's see here. Wait, so you, how far are you? Finished chapter 5. Did you get any further, Simbupa? Alright, so we got Peanuts. We do 2 more in this row, and then I'll probably... well... I hate when things are loose in the box, because then it's like... they get moved around. Any fans of Fagato here? Need a mod? Trima, do you want to be a mod? I mean, you're here often. We are probably going to be adding a mod or 2 soon. So if anyone's interested, shoot me a message. No guarantees, but if you are interested, shoot me a message. Because like yesterday, for example, we had like 3 raids in a row and we had no mods. So that was... oh, shoot, I didn't get the pack. Hang on, Fagato, you're not done. See, I like him. He reminds me of Claude. I can see that kind of... same kind of like carefree attitude. Does that mean I can time out Simbupa? Only with due cause. Is that a phrase? As a mod, I will ban the word Yona. That will be considered as part of the application. What? Nothing. Just responding to Treeman. Let's see here. What did I do? I don't know. If anyone has a request for music that we can play, right now we're listening to some music from Shadows of Valentia. But if you guys have anything else, we can scroll through the list and heroes here in the concert hall. Let's see, that was Pandreo. We are halfway through the can badges. Number 29. Any Bonet fans here? Yeah, this is our second stream today because we streamed early because I didn't know if I'd be back in time to stream again. So we did some Fire Emblem Heroes earlier, Pawns of Loki. What else did we do? The Echoes OST so far is very I love this piece. This Sea Winds and Travelers. It's very like homey and nostalgic and relaxing. I love this piece. Like there's so many things to love about Shadows of Valentia. Like the rearranged soundtrack, the visual and art style. I'm gonna say campaign and Somme, but they don't have it in Heroes yet. Ooh. There are a lot of tracks I like in Engage. I don't like the entire soundtrack, but I feel like overall it is a bit weaker of a not weaker, but like they don't go for it as much as, like, for example, Three Houses. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. Like Three Houses soundtrack goes big. They go hard. I feel like Engage played it safe sometimes, and then the other times that they went in another direction, they went for that whole, like, you know, super cheesy rock guitar kind of anime style opening kind of thing. But when they tried to be a bit more serious, I really like those pieces in the game. Like, one of my favorite pieces from Engage is called Falling Petals. Won't go too much into detail about that chapter for people that haven't played it yet, but that is probably my favorite piece in the entire game. Jean? Do we have any Jean fans here? I know there aren't a ton, but I wasn't offended by his character as some people were. Like, some people for some reason, like, really disliked him. I thought it was like, alright, cool, he's there. Guess Engage's OST wasn't engaging enough for you, but you're right. And everyone's favorite character, Yunaka. I mean, my favorite's Ivy, but you know what I mean. Even if she's not your favorite character, I feel like she's one of those characters that no one really dislikes. It's a shame though, so they did 56 of these, so it's the main characters of the game and then like the emblems, but it doesn't seem like they're gonna release like the merch, or at least these types of merch, like the keychains and the can badges for the DLC characters like Nell and Nil, Celestia. What's the DLC version of Marnie? And you got Gregory. Let's see, if you told me I can't be a mod because I like dad jokes, I'll decline. I have my standards. Dad jokes are fine. But yeah, if you're seriously interested, shoot me a message. I'm probably gonna be looking to add like one or two, possibly. Again, no guarantees. Just yesterday we had like 3 raids in a row and I had 0 mods, so that was interesting. Fortunate enough that everyone was behaving, but. Will, did you post your thing in Discord? Let's see. Same. I really love Unshaken Royal Confidence. Might that goes hard with the trumpets. Yeah, there's some really good tracks in Engage. I just feel like overall, I think I still like Three Houses' soundtrack better. Let's see. Yes, I just told you. Okay, I just want to make sure because I'm gonna check Discord in a second here. Run, Simba? You sound like Scar. Run. Run away and never return. So that was 34. So finish listening to the Falling Petals OST again. It is very solid. They go super dramatic on that one. I love it. That's my favorite. Alright, let's see. From Will, Arcane Devourer, Reposition, Vital Astra, Attack Res finish. Curious why Attack Res. Let's see. Close Call 4, Attack Speed Oath, and was it Null Follow 3? Okay. That's a solid build. This is basically my Lucia build. Alright, Saphir. God, now I want to play Echoes again. Sorry for the drop frame. I literally don't know why it's doing that. Legit, I can't think of a reason why it would be dropping frames. Veil. We were talking about Veil earlier. Trial of the Holy War is one of my favorites. That's in Heroes. We could play that if you really want. She's so cute. She is pretty cute, huh? Some blue, but you said you finished chapter 5. That's the one inside Firne Castle, right? Zephyr. And again, it doesn't seem like they're going to give us the DLC characters as merch, which is a shame because actually I want the four wins, and I really want Nell and Nil, I guess. Anyone got any plans for 4th of July? Or are we all Canadians? I'm not Canadian, I'm just asking if you guys are. In which case, happy Canada, or Canada Day, not Canadian Day. Happy Canada Day. Marnie, what's her alternate name? Madeline, that's what it is. Also, why attack rest finish 4? Just the extra damage in the healing. Okay. Sleeping in, that's always a good plan. So let's see, and then again, I said I need to push back my sleep time a half hour every day. So today I can't be awake any later than 3:30, which means I should probably be trying to sleep by 3. Because it'll take me a bit to fall asleep. No later than in bed by 3. Right, Mavier, who's boring because they don't have a different name in either world. Don't know what to do on 4th of July. Probably chatting with other streamers. I mean, I'll be on. Sunlu, are you still here? I need to know what I can talk about, what I can't. Let's see. Stream on July 4th, so you don't have to stream until tomorrow. What? Oh, you are streaming on July 4th. I mean, it is July 4th. But I started July 3rd, so it doesn't count. Is it okay if I ask for advice about content here? Sure. We are an open book. I'm not super strict like a lot of streamers are. Alright, so we got Lumera in. Next is... Sombron. So doing the Halloween unit itself, I haven't started yet because I don't know what team I want to base on. You go for something original too. Alright, what are you thinking, Tara? Everyone, it's Sami. Alright, so we got Sami. From here on out, it's just the emblems. Let's see, it's the big bad and sentence because I won't spoil anything. I want to make a video out of my Alir Goes to Barnes & Noble, but would it be better to do it with my voice or use generic text-to-speech from TikTok? Ooh. For YouTube, I would say your voice. Now the thing with video is that again we still have to keep it concise so that there's kind of like no lull time or anything like that. But I would go with your voice for YouTube. Now for TikTok, I would do kind of like an abbreviated version of the whole thing, and use the TikTok voice, and then maybe direct people to your YouTube. I would do that probably. Now, whether or not that's too much work, that's up to you. But I would go voice for YouTube. And then like an abbreviated version on TikTok, and then direct people to YouTube for the full video. I'm not gonna like the Spanish text to speech. Always gives me a chuckle. I think Tara's on-stream text to speech is all Japanese. Let's see, it's not going to be longer than 1 minute as a short incident. Oh, okay. Since it's a simple thing. If it's okay, so that's probably important information. If it's a short, even for YouTube, text-to-speech might be fine. I do still think you should make like a longer video with your voice. I mean, I mean, you know the content of the video more than I do, obviously, but if you were to make a longer video, I think that would be better in your normal voice on YouTube. But if it's a short, I think the TikTok voice would be fine. I need to get better at using TikTok more. I think once I get everything cataloged, I'll do bits and pieces of the collection for TikTok or something, just to kind of document everything somewhere where, you know, a few items at a time makes sense. Because if I do a video of each box, that makes sense for like longer formats. But Tara, I did enjoy following along with that Twitter thread of your Barnes & Noble visit. It's good that there's still Barnes & Noble stores around. There's one, I want to say like 20, 25 minutes away from me. But they're not as common as they used to be, guys. You guys remember like Walden Books or Borders? Or what else was there? I used to go to Walden Books all the time at the mall. Usually I'd go to find comic books, but things like, not like, you know, the Marvel or DC stuff, but like Sonic the Hedgehog comics from Archie or Calvin and Hobbes books. Those were the days. The 90s and 2000s. Right, there goes Sigurd into the box. See, I love going there, so hopefully they don't close it. Yeah. Would you say that your Barnes & Noble is on the busy side for like a bookstore? I mean, obviously, I'm guessing you've been to like other bookstores in the past before. A lot of them kind of like either closed or consolidated or whatever. Would you say it's... Because like Barnes & Noble here, it's still fairly busy. Mostly get manga. Let's see, what was the last thing I got from Barnes? I haven't been there in a while. Because it's part of a strip mall. What else is attached to it? There's like a Kohl's there. There's a... I don't remember the last thing I got. Sent another unit building, this time a legendary Yuri. Ooh, okay. Give me a second. Put Leaf away. What's this Smash Bros character doing here? This town is pretty small, so I think it's fine. Okay. Yeah, I guess in terms of context, like, you know, compared to other stores in the area, especially comparable stores. Yeah, this is a Smash Bros. OC, guys. Remember, his first appearance was in Super Smash Bros. Melee. About a year before Fire Emblem The Binding Blade came out. Roy's our boy. I do remember when he first came to Smash Bros. Actually, back then, they didn't do these like gigantic character reveals that they have in the last few years for Smash, for Wii U and Smash Ultimate. Like, they go all out now. There's like trailers and everything, complete and 3D animated. Back then, they just put them in a game as a secret character and then just left it to us to find them. Back in those days, I want to say like what, 2000, 2001. Like, we knew the main roster for Melee. Like the original characters that were returning, and then a few extras that were joining. And then when the game launched in Japan, because the GameCube and Smash Bros. Launched in Japan before it even came out in the US, there were things like, we had very primitive social media back then in the forms of like message boards and instant messenger. Were you guys on instant messenger? I had AOL instant messenger, or AIM. I had MSN Messenger, I had ICQ, I had, what were some of the other ones? Yeah, AIM was the big one, AOL Instant Messenger. I had a bunch of screen names on AIM. MSN I had, but there were only a few people that I knew that used it, and most of them were people that were like outside the US. Because back then it was real easy to meet people from outside the US online, through things like message boards and forums. And then ICQ was, no one I knew, especially like people my age, didn't really use it. But that apparently was a very popular one internationally as well. Roy appeared in Smash Bros. Melee on GameCube. Yeah, wasn't on. Yeah, that was on the GameCube. Yeah. What did I say? Did I say something else? Again, this music is very cozy and very nostalgic, but if anyone wants a change in music, let me know. I'm happy to oblige. But yeah, the original Smash Bros. Was for the Nintendo 64, which I had, and then Melee was on the GameCube, Brawl was on the Wii, Smash Bros. For Wii U, obviously on Wii U, Smash Bros. For 3DS, obviously on the 3DS, and Ultimate on the Switch. Could you imagine if we had a Smash Bros. Game for like the regular DS or even Game Boy Advance? Or the NES? Who here was old enough to have an NES? I mean, I still have mine. Or better question, what was everyone's console and handheld journey? Like, for me, if I were to put it in the chat, basically we'd go Atari 2600, and then the little arrow icon, then NES, then Sega Game Gear, then Nintendo 64, Game Boy Advance, GameCube, Nintendo DS, Wii, Nintendo 3DS. Wait, after Wii, Xbox 360 Slim, then Nintendo 3DS, then Wii U, then Switch. Yeah. Let's see, there are fan games of that. Are there any? Do they look good? Remember playing on NES, at a person's house I went to? Yeah, that was the original Nintendo. Yeah, growing up I never had a Super Nintendo. It's actually funny, like, to this day I still don't own an actual Super Nintendo. I have the Super Nintendo Classic, like the mini console, but I don't have the original, and thus I don't have any Super Nintendo cartridges. But somehow I have managed to obtain like probably a dozen Super Famicom cartridges at this point. I think I have 4 or 5 copies of Mystery of the Emblem. Wait, Tara, do you have Mystery of the Emblem for Super Famicom? Because I have too many. And I would like to move some. It's weird though, I only have like 1 copy of Genealogy, I think. So I would like to get an extra of that. Although the one I have is in pretty good condition already though. Thracia, how many physical copies of that do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4? Maybe 5. Let's see, Fire Emblem 4 Remake when? 2025? If only. If only. Right, Micaiah. Which, by the way, guys, Tara has a Micaiah cosplay you guys should all check out. Yeah, I don't know why I'm dropping frames. If it's noticeable, guys, my apologies. I literally don't know what's causing it. Like, I haven't seen a drop frame rate this high in like years at this point. Like, back when I started streaming on Wi-Fi, my drop frame rate was consistent in about 3%. As soon as I switched to Ethernet, it dropped to about 0.5. And then since I upgraded my internet last summer, it's basically been 0, like completely 0 since then. A few rare exceptions. But right now we're at a drop frame rate of about 4.4% and climbing. Which should be noticeable because that's basically 1 in 20. And the eye can perceive about 24 frames per second. The human eye can perceive that. So yeah, it should be noticeable. Not super noticeable, but you should be perceiving it. And be like, wait, what's going on? Why does this look odd? My sister had a Super Nintendo, but didn't really play with it a lot. I was an outside kid back then. Yeah, back in the day, guys, we played outside. Is anyone here too young to remember that? You know, we got home from school. If any friends were wanting to play, we'd go outside. If not, we'd probably watch some after-school TV. Oh, what were some of you guys' favorite after-school TV shows? Let's see. We had like Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? It was like a game show for kids. There was Power Rangers afternoon? I don't know if that was afternoon. Although that was when I was real young. Probably like first or second grade or so. Got a Game Boy SP, Game Boy Advance SP, and the Fire Emblem Blazing Blade on my 10th birthday, and never saw the sunlight again. I did put a lot of time into that game back as a kid. Although I guess no, that game came out when I was in high school. So I guess not like a kid, but still had a lot of time back then. So the pins and the keychains are done. Let me see what else. Let's go through the April set first. So we had the acrylics. Do these even fit in the box? Like the poster doesn't, or the wall hang. Maybe Red Marth. That's a bit bigger. This does not fit normally. It would have to go in an angle. Alright, we'll hold off on those. Unless I have an idea. I would have to cut some cardboard, but I can do it. What about the May ones? What were some of your guys' favorite Game Boy Advance games that weren't Fire Emblem? If any. Put these into the cataloging app first, because this would save time to do a lot of copy paste. So I want to get these acrylics, then the bag charms. No, wait, acrylics, book, the sketchbook. Then the bag charms, then the embroidered patches, and then the tumbler. Actually, no, let me do April monsters. So the acrylics, let me get those acrylics, and then the wall hang. Let's see, Pokemon Emerald and Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. Emerald was really good. I never got a chance to play Chain of Memories. Where's some of my other favorite? Actually, I think I have a case that has my like, Game Boy Advance games. Let me see real quick. See what we got in here. Oops. So I got some games in here. Most of the games I have in my major collections are stored away with those. Like for example, both Fire Emblem games are in my Fire Emblem collection over here. The Zelda games are in the Zelda box. But let's see, what do we have in here? Super Mario Advance. Super Mario Advance 2, Super Mario World. Actually, I think I have... I had another here. It was not for resale, it was like a... Yeah, so this is Super Mario Advance as well, but you can see I have it in a bag for a reason. It says not for resale. Demo game pack only. So this was for use in stores. It says property of Nintendo. Don't tell me. It was disappointed when I found out that other Kingdom Hearts had different. Oh yeah, it was different on handheld. But yeah, Super Mario Advance 1 and 2. Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Brothers 3. I actually don't have Super Mario Advance 3, which is Super Mario World Yoshi's Island. We also have Pokemon Emerald. Golden Sun. I think I have Golden Sun 2 over here somewhere. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, which is interesting on a handheld. Pokemon Sapphire and Fire Red. Really like the deck building. Do you like, card-based video games or no? I remember playing on Game Boy Color. I think it was Pokemon TCG. I have Mario Kart Super Circuit and F-Zero Maximum Velocity. Tetris Worlds by THQ. I don't think THQ is a thing anymore. Namco Museum and Choo Choo Rocket. I love this game from Sega. Choo Choo Rocket. I think that's why I like games like Neon White and Slay the Spire. Yeah, I mean, if you're into that, like the style of like card-based games, it makes sense that you'd be into others that are similar. Let's engage. Final Fantasy 1 and 2, but only be the second one. I wish I had that. I have the only Final Fantasy I have for Game Boy Advance is Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. In Japan, pretty sure I got these from Ami. Purchase price obtained date was 4/27/23. Release date 4/25/23. Manufacturer is empty. Like they're literally called empty. Launch price 1980. Now, how much did I buy this for on Ami? 425. Here we go. 1780. And 67739 divided by 8684. So 13. It's 8847. But let's round up to 1389. It's definitely not. It shouldn't be rounded up, but just so it's not counting as less than we would have. Let's see, it's weird because people always tell me the second was bad, but since I only played the first two, I'm like, well, I liked it. Yeah, same. Like people always tell me like Final Fantasy 3, for example. It's for one, it wasn't localized until it came to the DS, and so people always tell me it's kind of like the black sheep of the series, and it's not as popular. But it was like literally the first Final Fantasy I finished, and I was like, I enjoyed it. Couldn't tell you much about it, but I enjoyed it. I know that. translation of Emblem Mars comes out as Crester Mars. We're gonna change that. Tried Final Fantasy 8, but didn't feel like Final Fantasy, so I dropped it. The only ones I finished are 3 and 4, both on DS. On Switch, I did buy 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 2, and 12. And then I'm pretty sure I have 6 via, like, it's either Switch Online or Super Nintendo Classic. I think it's the classic one, Super Nintendo Classic. What's the Ami price on this? 1780. That's 1388. April. Let's see, when I played Bravely Default on DS, I was like, yes, this is Final Fantasy. I wonder if there's more people from the original Final Fantasy teams that were working Bravely Defaults than the more modern Final Fantasies. So I didn't get into Final Fantasy until I was in college. Literally, a girl I had a crush on was surprised I haven't played Final Fantasy 7, and she led me that game to try it out. In exchange, I lent her Eternal Darkness. Eventually, I was taking so long on Final Fantasy 7 that I felt bad that I was holding on to it still. So I returned Final Fantasy 7 and 8. She also lent me 8. But she asked if she could hold on to Eternal Darkness a little longer. So I said, sure. That was 17 years ago. Still haven't gotten Eternal Darkness back. Not sure I ever will. wanted to try Octopath Traveler, but I didn't get it at the time, and I know, and now I feel it's too late. That's on Switch though, right? You can get it on the eShop, I think. Ooh, let's see. This would be under decor. I gotta categorize all my items here. Fire Emblem Engage. Tapestry. Sealed barcode. %, not sure. That would be 0%. 0% sure, by the way. Manufacturers, empty region, Japan. Release date 4/25/23. Launch price 3,300. Obtained 427. How much did I buy this for? $29.70. So 2970 times 67739 divided by, it's cross multiplication, guys. 86840. So it's the equivalent of 2317. Let's see. Got a question for you. If you have one of the 12 emblems, which one will you keep as a friend? As a friend. Unless your friend gave me back a Wii game I lent 10 years ago. I don't even have Wii anymore. At least you got it back though. That's. Wish your friend brought it back sooner, but good on your friend for at least following through on that, even if it's 10 years late. I would love to get my copy of Eternal Darkness back from my friend. I don't even feel like I have it anymore. They probably tossed it or something. Okay, so now... Okay, so that's the rest of the April merch. Control tapestry. Alright, so there's acrylic box, book, bag charms, and patches, and tower. So these. Okay. So as we a year ago, that's why he didn't want the game anymore. Of course, because it no longer is any use to him, right? Of course it's that. That's how it is. Alright, we're gonna catalog a few more things and take a photo of those things as well. Having some difficulty with that? I answered you. You probably didn't hear me. Lynn, probably. I'm guessing. Maybe. Possibly. This didn't sell. Yeah. I wonder if I borrowed anything that I need to return. I think I'm usually not the one borrowing things. I'm usually the person lending. Alright, let's get these new items in here. So I can put the Marth and Allure acrylics in there, but I have to fold some cardboard to put it on, to sit it on top. But even then, I don't really want to do that. How about you, Will? Who would you pick? See my Legendary Yuri build? I am looking at it right now, actually. So we got Abyssal Blade, Foul Play, Luna, Attack Speed, Hexblade. What does that one do? Skill Speed 4, Fetters of Dromi, and Attack Speed Solo 3. This is a pretty solid build on an already solid unit. Wish I had a Legendary Yuri. Don't you want to slightly use Pokemon Battle Revolution? Don't know if it works though. I mean, sure. Actually, I don't think I have that game. I do have some fun like freebies for that game because not like for the game, but like they are giving out some swag at E3 that year, and I did manage to get. I think it's like a like one of those like lithograph things. I don't know how to describe it. Showing up on screen yet? Show on the screens. No? It's supposed to show like right there. Split screen right now. Alright, let's add this in here, and then we'll take some photos, and then that'll be it for tonight's. I say that like we're almost done. We still have quite a bit to go. Acrylics. Let's see, don't know if it works though. It was a joke. I actually really want to keep it just for story. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with keeping your old stuff. I never sell my old stuff unless I like really don't want it. Because you'd never get as much like selling to like GameStop or something anyway. So it's like just might as well keep it. I think the only game I've ever sold, aside from like, you know, maybe I have extra copies of Fire Emblem games that I sell to other Fire Emblem collectors. The only game I've actually sold because like I like didn't want it anymore was there was a Wii game. It was probably the first third-party Wii game to like really utilize the Wii remote like in a creative way, and like a lot of the review sites like they were gushing over it. They loved the game, and we did a review for my site, and I played through the game and I was like, all right, the uses of the Wii Remote are creative and they're inventive. It does feel fresh in terms of like a new control scheme, but the game design was the pacing was so bad. Like I literally fell asleep playing the game, and then I woke up, and my character hadn't gotten where I told him to go yet. Let's see here. Translates. Lethos. Engage. CLBS. Manufacturer is... Who manufactured this? Movik? Region Japan. Release date. I don't even know. So now I gotta look up here. Release date and price. This would have been in May sometime. Love is high, but budget is low. You're getting Splatoon 3 and 3 Hopes. I've decided between getting Engage or getting Tears of the Kingdom on day one. Aw. I don't know if I can make that decision. Here, 690. And how much was it though? Okay, let's do some quick cross multiplication here. So these acrylic ornamental art things are $6.90. Times 98.64 divided by 13207. This was 515. Alright, launch price is $770. Alright, so the release date looks like it would have been 6/1, so June 1st. Delivery. Delivered. Wait. This thing shipped from Japan on June 1st and got to me on June 2nd. It's crazy. Let's see. I think I'll be able to get engaged next month, maybe. If you need a special edition, I might have. I should. No, I do have one. So if you are wanting a special edition, if you just want the regular game, you can get it wherever because it's pretty easy to find. But if you want the special edition and can't find it, let me know. I got your back. So Claude VA announced he's going to voice a new. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I haven't played Genshin myself yet, but I do want to try it at some point. Okay, so now we gotta add Firine. Address. You know what? I don't know if I put the right address for these on. 203. Female link or female. Oh, we are not link. Female link is called Linkle. Special edition, the one with the tarot cards. The tarot cards were a pre-order bonus, so unfortunately those are not included in the box. But it did have like a steel book, I think an art book, some other things too. But yeah, the tarot cards were, so when you picked up your copy of the game, whether it was a special edition or a regular edition from a GameStop, for example, and then you had it pre-ordered, GameStop would then give you separately a set of Fire Emblem Engage tarot cards. So unfortunately, I don't have tarot cards with that copy. But if you want the rest of it, like the steel book and the art book, and I think there's some other things too. I can't remember what off the top of my head. That's all included. I'll help you if you're struggling against a difficult boss. I'll come in and help you, but you just need to be at Adventure rank 16 to unlock co-op. Wait, what are we talking about? What? Oh, Genshin. Okay. Like a lot of that was just like, I was like, what are you talking about? Yes, because I was waiting for it to come to Switch, because they had announced that it was coming to Switch, but it's still not on Switch. And I think a lot of people are speculating at this point they might wait for Switch 2. Rhodia. music is so calming. Almost too calming. I feel like I should be moving faster on this, but... Forget moment. I mean, hey, that happens sometimes. I'm getting old, guys. Interesting that Psalm comes before Illusia. What's your guys' those of you who played Engage, what's your favorite country? Out of the 6. So we did the acrylic charms, we did the books, and then the bag charms. Books, bag charms. Let me see. Let's go under office and stationery. This is a sketchbook. It's not literature. Probably office and stationery. It's close to like a notebook. I think I'll just enter these in here where I don't know if we have to necessarily like take the time to photograph them tonight. We can do that some other time. Engage. Oh, did I copy the description for? I don't think I did for the acrylics. I'm gonna give this the English name that Ami Ami has. Fire Emblem Engage Key. I don't know how to say that. Sketch.
Hiya, papaya.
Hiya, papaya. Let's see. Thank you for the follow. Wait a second. Wait a second. Did you get another? Did you lose your account again? Is this the weeb we know and love? Hi, might be weird to see me again, but on a different. What happened this time, weeb? Isn't this like the third account this year? It got lost? No. So is this the account you're gonna go with going forward? Hang on. So if you're just joining right now, we're just doing kind of like a chill cataloging stream. I'll have to figure out the release date. Launch price is 990 yen. And that's with tax. But yeah, is this the account that you're going to be going with from here on forward? This one I got from Value Mall. Broke my phone, forgot my Gmail code, so my Gmail block. Oh, okay. That makes sense. So is this your like new permanent account, or is this like a temporary thing? I have to get that phone fixed before I can return to my old. Okay, so this is a temporary one. Alright, and then tomorrow we'll be back doing, so we'll be back on Blazing Blade, but then we're also doing a face stream because we have Pawns of Loki, and we're doing, we have a silhouette tomorrow for the new summer banner. So silhouettes tomorrow, and the new Tempest Trial video of Peony and all of them, because they're getting a little ascendant, just like Air and Fjorm did. Dun, dun. Of course, my fake account is not lost, though I have a different Gmail. Yeah, that's smart. See, this is why I don't use Gmail. I I don't think I put the description on these, so I have to go back to each one. But how have you been, Weeb? Any plans for this holiday week? You know, a lot of people are either celebrating 4th of July or Canada Day. Pretty much my Discord and Twitch are lost at the moment. Okay, but you should get those back when you get your Discord, right? Or sorry, when you get your phone. I was certain I knew the Gmail code, but I tried 20 different code combinations and I'm not getting it. Okay. Yeah, usually at that point I usually just reset the password. Like after like a handful of tries, I'll just be like, alright, screw it, I don't remember it. God, I love this music. Let's see. Yeah, I can't reset those since I moved location. Oh, so it's not your, yeah, so you can't verify. That sucks. That's like really inconvenient. Alright, so these would be under fashion? Not games, not figures, not trading cards, not literature, not media, not acrylic, not decor. I mean, it could be considered like personal decor, but not really. Can badge, no. Office and stationery, no. Kitchen and dining, miscellaneous, no. So this is fashion. Can't bear. Yeah, no, that sucks. I don't think I've been through that recently. I'm sure it's happened to me at some point, but I have a friend who it's happened to very recently. Turn this to English real quick. Yeah, just waiting to fix my phone. The battery is the issue. It's like super dead. How old's your phone? Yeah, my iPhone 10 here is about 6 years old at this point. The battery is shot. Like, it lasts like maybe an hour. Even though the battery health on this thing actually doesn't say it's that bad, but like if I were to unplug this, it'd be dead like in an hour. Let me see. Battery health. It says 53% capacity, but I guarantee this thing only lasts like an hour if I leave it on. iPhone 6S, but I had it for 5 years, so it's not surprising the battery could. Did you buy it used or did you buy it new, just when it was already an older model? But yeah, the 6S came out 2015, I think. Yeah, I think it was 2015. So that is an 8-year-old phone. Passed down from my parents. So, oh, okay. So yeah, it was used. So yeah, you've had it for 5 years, but they had it even before that. So yeah, that is an 8-year-old phone basically. Oh, thank you for the hydrate posture. I'm getting sleepy. I think it's time for me to sleep. Have a good night. All right, Daito, have a good one. Probably won't be on too much longer. I'm just gonna get this done. Thank you for that. Just trying to figure out how to input all this information. I think I need to add more information here. There's not enough. Let me see this real quick. So this is under fashion. Let me actually go through acrylics. Because this thing has a lot of and then fashion, we're gonna update this to match. Okay, so item, original name, description, size, UPC, related game. I'm gonna move that up. Attribute name, sealed. That'll be a toggle. UPC. Product description is going to be in notes. Description, manufacturer, region, release dates, launch price, obtained dates. Yeah, so you guys can see what I mean by like highly customizable. Purchase price, currency. So the reason why I have launch price and purchase price is separate is because sometimes what I pay for the item is actually not the original price it launched for. So if I buy it on sale, it might be less. If I buy it in, several years after the fact, it might be worth more. So I might have to pay more. So. Day purchase price, web address, retailer notes, duplicate catalog number, and current value and events. Integer, unique, yes. don't think I'll ever really use current value, but I'll just put it in anyway. So let's see, if I can't get the phone fixed, I'll have to go search for my iPhone 5S and pray it turns on. It's also logged in on that specific Gmail. I mean, if you plug it in, it should be able to turn on. The battery might not last long, but it should hopefully turn on. Sucks to be honest, I finally fixed the internet issue and the phone broke. Talking about bad luck. Are you planning on upgrading anytime soon? Because this year is like the good year to upgrade, because they're switching finally to USB-C and Thunderbolt. Although next year's screens are going to be a little bit bigger, so next year's also a good year. But this is it. Like I've been telling people for the last 2 years, like wait till September 2023 if you can, because this is the time to upgrade. See, oh yeah, next gameplay, I'll name Male Allure based off Dragon Quest character. Ooh, which one? Plan to get an iPhone 10 this year? Well, the iPhone 10, I would not get an iPhone 10. At the very least, get an iPhone 10s. The reason I say that is because this year, September, iOS, the software, like the operating system, is upgrading to iOS 17. iOS 17 only works on the 10s and later. So the iPhone 10 is not even new enough to support the newest operating system coming out this fall. So I would try to get at least a 10s. I would actually get a 14 or 15. I would get a 15 if you can. But at least get a 10s. Solo as main character from DQ4, or Terry from Dragon Quest 6, or Luminary 11 from Dragon Quest 11, or anyone. Anyone's good. Yeah, I know. Trust me, I have an iPhone 10 right here. This is the one I use for my alternate Faye account. But yeah, this is 6 years old at this point, and it won't support the new operating system. But aim for 14 then. So here's why I recommend the 15 if you can. Even if you get like the regular model, so it's not the Pro, because on the bottom of the phone, it has the Lightning cable, right? You're familiar with the Lightning cable if you have a 6S, and the 5 even. I think the 5 also uses the Lightning cable. Apple's been using the Lightning cable for 11 years. Now, when they first introduced it, it was fantastic. It was a state-of-the-art cable and plug, much faster than the old 30-pin connector, if you remember older iPhones. It was revolutionary at the time. But it's 11 years old now, and it's out of date. And now they're going to be switching to USB-C and Thunderbolt. USB-C is the same plug that you use for your Switch. It's the same plug that you use for most newer computers and newer tablets. And now finally the iPhone is going to be using that. It's also using Thunderbolt, which is a faster version of what Android USB-C ports have. So, planning to accept my parents' old iPhone 10. I'm not much for buying new phones as long as they work and good. Yeah, it'll work, but you're not going to be able to get new updates, and then you're going to see as time goes by much faster, especially since that's no longer supported. Like for example, Fire Emblem Heroes will probably update in the future, not right away. But they'll probably update in the future to say like, oh, this phone or this operating system is no longer supported. You have to be on the latest, or at least on a certain operating system or newer. So, and then that's the same thing with all your other software. You have to be on something that's at least a few years recent, whereas the iPhone 10 is already 6 years out. And again, because you're like anything older than iPhone 15, which comes out in September, is going to have the older Lightning ports. Now that's fine; it'll work still with Lightning cables. But keep in mind that newer accessories will be using USB-C, which means you're going to need an adapter or dongle if you have an older phone. So if you don't want to use a dongle every time you use your phone, get the newer iPhone 15. Not sponsored. If I get Dragon Quest Heroes 2, I'll rename male main character like Chrom. Okay. You know there's a Chrom in the game. Or you mean in Dragon Quest Heroes 2, you're going to name the main character Chrom. So it's like if you're naming Allure Chrom, there's Chrom already in the game. I've said if I can't play Faye anymore, so I guess I'll buy a newer phone. Yeah. And again, it's not gonna be like sudden. You would still have some time. So tell you what, since you said you have you're gonna get an iPhone 10 as a hand-me-down, maybe stick with that for a while, and then when you start to realize, oh, you know, I need newer accessories, and then I need to upgrade my software, and it doesn't let me, then maybe start looking into an iPhone 15 or newer, because then by that time, hopefully they'll be on sale or cheaper. You can maybe get a deal somewhere. So why don't you plan on that? Maybe don't buy the 15 like right away, day one, like I will. You know, take the 10 if you're getting it as a hand-me-down, and then as soon as you can save up for it, get the 15. I think that would be a good plan. Let's see, and for female main character, it'll be Micaiah or Robin or Lindis. You know, should just go by Lynn, right? Let's see. Honestly, I have no problem moderating on this account while I'm locked out of my current Twitch account. Okay. Yeah, I can add that after stream. Then we'll add you back as a mod because sometimes we don't have mods here. Like yesterday, we got raided by 3 people at like the same time almost, and there were no mods. So luckily everyone behaved, but it was kind of overwhelming. Let's see. I got used to the name Lindis. All right. Only her like family calls her that. Hey, Simlupa, the chat was asking if you could pick one emblem in Engage to have as like a real life friend, who would it be? Is this a test? No, I'm just curious. I got an ad, so I have no idea what the response was to it. Let's see. What I missed? We already know his answer, though. Okay, and why is it Roy? Wait, that's not the right one. Hold on. Pick Ike? Oh, seems like a nice dude to have around. I mean, he seems like a nice dude. Alright, Weeb, are you back? Let's see. Oh, that was you. Okay, so that's not Simplipa. Simplipa says Crom, Roy, and Lindis. Okay. So Weeb, it sounds like you're back. So all I was saying was that I'll add you back as a mod after stream because we got raided by 3 people almost in a row yesterday, and we had no mods. So it was a little overwhelming. Luckily, everyone was like well behaved, but it was still overwhelming. Alright, so this one is gonna be Firene. Yesterday as Animius and Terra. It was Terra was today. And Nimius was today. Yesterday was... because I think this was after midnight yesterday as well. Was, let's see, Justin James MDLC, Disquietude, and B-Minutes. Damn, after stream, gonna join in the Discord server through my new Discord account. Yeah, once you're modded, it... uh-oh. Hang on. That's weird. One of my AirPods died, but not both. My left AirPod died. But yeah, once you're modded again, it should automatically add you in there. Save. Brodia. And again, we are probably going to be looking to add another mod or two in the near future, so if anyone's interested, shoot me a message. Rodeo 84. So, Simbloop, are you playing more engaged tonight or tomorrow? Psalm. Hey, welcome in. Is it Yamete? How are you doing today? We're just kind of hanging out doing some collection cataloging for my Fire Emblem collection. Oops, sorry, I hit the mic. But welcome in. If you're new here, my name's Christian. I stream every day on this channel. This is day 1,712 in a row. Mostly, we do play 8 games on here actually, mostly Fire Emblem games. And then tomorrow we'll be doing some Fire Emblem The Blazing Blade for Game Boy Advance via Switch Online, as well as Fire Emblem Heroes. But how are you doing tonight? Yeah, so I'm adding some stuff that I recently got in my collection. I'm getting all the information into this cataloging app that I use first, and then we'll take some photos. Let's see. All right, I'm in the Discord. I linked my Twitch. Okay, cool. And then again, once we add that mod, actually, I thought we can do it here. Let me see. Oh, it did work. All right. When you get your old account back, let me know. Remind me to remove your temporary account, because I think we're only allowed a certain number of mod slots. So we don't. I think you have 3 accounts now tied to your mod status. So when you get your old account back, remind me to remove your temporary one. Let's see, illusion. All for different. I don't know how to keep track of my Gmail codes. I got like 10 Gmails. Just get one email. Keep one email for your main stuff. Maybe if your work gives you an email, you can get one for that, and then or school, and then have a separate email for like signing up for like newsletters or accounts that you might get spam email for that you don't want to bother with. So that's usually what I do. There's my main account, my signing up for newsletters thing and accounts, and then I have my work email too. Alright, let's see, we did... Yeah, so that's Illusia, save. And now we need Gradlon. Only 2 of my accounts are mods, my primary one and now the temporary one. Did you have another one before? Like another temporary one? Or oh. The other AirPod. Gotta go to the regular headphones now. With promise, I can't get up and about, do stuff. See, I'm very sorry, but I'm Latino and I don't understand English, but I still like to see your lives. Oh no, no worries. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Alright, but I hope you're doing well. Let's see, man. I usually keep track of my code, so it's weird that I forgot. It's still a lot to to keep track of, though. Alright. Does anyone in chat speak Spanish so I can we can say hello? We just say like a hi emote. Oh no, we have another bug in here. Hold on. Hang on, guys. Bug in here somewhere. I don't know where it went. Alright, what was I? You mean science, Spanish, that's all I know. Okay. You skipped your Spanish classes. I took Latin in high school. Hey Surgeman, welcome in. How's life? We're just kind of chilling. This is the second stream today, and we're just kind of doing some collection cataloging. Let's see. Now, let me actually really quickly figure out how much these all cost. So let's see, this probably would have been an Ami order. Check my email receipts. Okay, here. Battery charge? No. Where's the other one? Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this was so 1980. $14,906. Let's see, Ami, 1406 here. $14.57. 1457. Okay. $14.57. Lunch price. Ami price. 1980. 1457 in June 23. Let's see here. All right. How you doing today, Church? Oh, there's the bug. Hold on. It's a carpet beetle. I know what these things are. Got him. All right. I think only Ivy League in America will have Nihongo. Let's see, how do they let you choose which language you want to learn? Let's see, hold on. I was interested in Japanese, but it wasn't an option, so I was disappointed. So I just fooled around when Spanish class started. Yeah, here, like, the United States doesn't have an official language, but most schools will teach it in English, and then they'll accommodate people that maybe don't know English, that maybe have learned Spanish, or depending on where you are, maybe French. And then, like, I know some other places too, depending on kind of like the ethnicity of the community, sometimes they'll have, you know, people that can help accommodate things in Polish, for example. Like here in the Chicago suburbs, or even just the Chicago area, Polish is the thing. But yeah, most do English, and then in high school and maybe sometimes junior high, they'll offer other classes that usually students can choose, depending on how big the classes are. If there's not many people that are signing up for additional languages, usually it's just Spanish. My high school had Spanish, French, German, and Latin. To a Japanese university, depends on where you... Yeah, it depends. The bigger the student body, usually the more they can offer. Okay, now I'm trying to figure out the release date and the request. So this is probably from June 22nd. 6/22/23. And then when did I obtain these? Delivered 6/27. 6/27/23. Okay, so all the data is in for those. English is mandatory in Israel, but I didn't really come to a class. Went there one time because they were gonna watch a movie, but I got kicked out and she didn't think I was in her class. It was hilarious because you didn't go to it. See that injustice to U.S. We do not necessarily have to learn English. Yeah, in English. Yeah, in the U.S. you don't have to learn English. Most schools will do it because most people in the United States do speak English, but we don't have an official language, which is it's both odd and actually kind of cool that we don't have to like force anyone to learn it. Learn my English via video games. A lot of people actually learn English via video games or Friends, like the TV show. Let's see here. Okay, so we got the bag charms. What's after the bag charms? The patches and then the tumbler. There's a study that says that it's best to learn a language with a video game. Well, part of that too is because it's interactive. The issue though with doing it with a video game as opposed to having a live instructor is that you don't get feedback. So if like you were to try and say either like a sentence with proper grammar or say it with a proper pronunciation, if you're trying to learn it from a video game and you maybe say it in a way that's close but not quite right, the game's not always going to tell you, oh, you're close, it's not quite there, here's how you fix it. With an actual teacher or even just like someone who's can give you actual feedback, they could be like, oh, it's actually said this way, like, oh, this is how you would normally say that sentence grammar wise, or this is how you would pronounce this word. Video game the study recommended was an MMO because you talk to people. Oh, okay. Yeah, so having feedback is the key there. Like for example, I want to learn sign language. Like A, P, C, D. Wait, no. What's B? What's B? A. I don't know. Anyway, I want to learn sign language, and it was highly recommended to me to take a class. Because usually in a sign language class, you get paired up from time to time, and you practice speaking sign language to each other, and then you can kind of get feedback on, oh, did I sign it properly, or was there something I did that was like slightly off that I can fix? Signing is very useful. It's good to know. See, that's how I learned French. I had a French guild. They don't like writing in English. Yeah, it can be very helpful. Yeah, I had a friend. That was on like back in the day, we used to use message boards and forums, and there was someone from Colombia, and she spoke Spanish, and she had never spoken or even written English before, but she joined the community and she wanted to learn English, and she actually specifically asked us, hey, if I say something wrong in English, like if I'm not saying it quite right, please help me learn and correct me. So we were like, especially me, you guys know me, I like to, I'm a teacher, I like to correct people. Yeah, I try not to be mean about it or anything like that, so I try to be very helpful. So we were like, absolutely, yeah, we'll help you out. So if they even just made like a small mistake grammar-wise, then we would be like, oh, here's how you would fix that, and then she would learn that as she went, and she actually got really good at it. Let's see here. If you stay in America, it's very good because if you learn and I learn, if you and I learn sign, we won't have the same language. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see, by the way, does it take long for the moderator role to be given in the Discord? It shouldn't. You might need to log out and log back in, although would you be even be able to? No, it's a new account, right? Yeah, it should sync up with your Discord. You might need to log out and log back in. Try that. I have a friend in undergrad who was a year younger than me. He took all 4 years of Japanese while he was there. He moved to Japan for work. So, oh, nice. That's really cool. Yeah, at some point I would like to go to Japan. Although I probably should learn at least some basic Japanese, at least the useful phrases. But I mean, a lot of people there do speak English. At least the people that I would probably be interacting with on my trip this year, hopefully. So. Alright, where was I? Let me keep going here. I need to add the patches. And then this tumbler. Oh, you guys can see it. This tumbler here. So we're going to start with the patches first. So this would be considered fashion. I'll probably use the Ami English name here if I can find it. She's brave. She's very brave for telling you this. Most people are. Yeah, most people are uncomfortable, but it's brave of her, and it was, you know, she took initiative, so good for her. I actually haven't heard from her in a while because I think she removed her Facebook account. Wait, there's 2 listings for... Oh, no, I'm looking at the different thing. Alright, so where's the... But yeah, she was from Colombia, and I think she got married and moved to Sweden, somewhere in Europe, and I'm like, oh, did not expect that. Alright, let me just type it in. Fire Emblem Engage Embroidery Patch Sticker Lethos. Go to game. Engage. Is she Jamin's wife? Oh. Try log in out, didn't work. Okay, give it a little bit. It might get time. I think it gotta get added manually. If it's not added by tomorrow's stream, let me know, and then I'll add you manually. Just give the Discord name. You can add the role whenever you have time. Let me know if it's not added automatically by tomorrow, because it might just take some time to sync. Went to Japan twice, also technically earlier this year. If you count 2 layoffs that are both 20 hours. I was just roaming Tokyo. Oops. Let's see. Log back into Discord and didn't see my admin role there. If you are interested, yeah, we are gonna be looking to add a mod or 2 soon. I want to talk it over with the mod team first, but if anyone's interested, shoot me a message. No promises yet, but let me know. His wife is Swedish. Well, no, she's Colombian, but she ended up marrying and then moving to, I think it's Sweden. I don't know for sure, but she's Colombian. I was joking. I know, but I'm just saying, like, she's Colombian. All right, sealed UPC. Or it's actually not even UPC. UPC is the it's slightly different from the JAN, which is what Japan uses. Product description. I've used both the English and the Japanese. So let's copy this. All right, manufacturer. Hold on, let me cover the rest of this first. Address. Did you say you plan to end stream around this time? I know. Let me just add these last 7 items. It should be pretty easy because I'm going to make this one, fill out all the data, copy and paste so that I can just replace the pictures for the other 5. All right. I think we'll send it to Emberyami, who's playing some Fire Emblem Engage. Kaizen's over there. So we can say hi to Kaizen. Alright, retailer. I think I got this from Ami Ami. Region Japan. Manufacturer looks like it's Muvik. Duplicate, no. Alright, real quick, let me check the release date, purchase price, and obtain dates. Okay, here. Payment requests. This had all the patches. So, okay, so the Ami Ami price was $790. When was this, by the way? Payment request. So this was 3:02 a.m. So it's probably May 26th was the release date. May 26, 23. Purchase price. So okay, so the patches were $790. So $529. So Ami. $98.64 times $98.64 divided by 14.376. So $542 these cost. $542. And then obtained, when did these get delivered? June 2nd. Let's see. Happy to finally be on stream without 20 million different lag because it was unwatchable with my terrible network I had before. So did you get new internet or what happened there? Okay, so that's good. So now we can go and copy and paste it for the other 5. Actually, hold on. Translate. I want the product description as well in English. There we go. Renee and add photos. Fire Renee, UPC. Save. Next would be Barodia. Let's see, after a couple months with the term when I decided to get a new internet, I mean, there was no point in paying for the old one. It was just, yeah. I just didn't know if you upgraded or not. Oh, wrong one. I want the patches. Save. Right, Psalm is next. And then Illusia. And then finally, Redabon. How many more? This one and then one last item. Which is the drinking cup. Anyone here drink? Alright, so this one's done. And let's go get the drinking cup. So what would this be under kitchen and dining? Also, what really sucks is I might lose contact with a friend in my home country if I don't get back my old Discord soon. I mean, are they only going to be on there for a little bit, or? 'Cause I assume they would be there waiting for you. Fire Emblem Engage Tumblr. Olympus digital camera. What the hell? I guess we know what they took the picture with. Wait, I can't change that? What the hell? I can't just put like like nothing? How do I remove the caption? Really? Alright, whatever. Sealed yes, UPC. It's not even really a UPC, it's a JAN, which is slightly different. Translates. Pretty close friend, to be honest, but man, I forgot their phone number since we always talk in Discord. I'm sure you'll get it back. Japan. Oops. Manufacturer is Muvik. Gonna head out. Have a good night, everyone. Happy market. All right, Tree Man, you go get some sleep. Go get some sleep. I'll be going to bed soon too. Just gonna finish up this last item. Tumblr. So the Ami price was $24.70. Times 98.64 divided by 14,376. Gotta love cross multiplication. 1695. Figure out the release date and obtain date. So payment request was sent May 26th, so May 25th. So 5/25, and then June 2. 5/25, June 2. Alright. Oh, his Discord account, but his account doesn't accept. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sure you'll get your old one back at some point soon. Alright, chat. Let's make sure we have everything from this list. So we have the acrylic ornaments, 6 patches, 6 bag charms, the book, and the cup. I think we're done. Alright, chat, that wraps it up. I think we're gonna head out here. You guys wanna go raid someone? We're playing Fire Emblem Engage. Who's here? Join the raid. Guys, thanks for hanging out today. I will be back tomorrow evening with Fire Emblem The Blazing Blade for Game Boy Advance via Nintendo Switch Online. We also are going to be playing some Fae for Pawns of Loki. And we also are expecting the Summer Silhouettes and the new Tempest Trials video with Ascended, well, for Peony for her Ascended storyline. But yeah, this was a kind of like a surprise, unexpected stream, like a bonus stream. So I wasn't expecting to be back in time, but we sneaked in a 4-hour stream because of it. But you guys have a good rest of your nights. Weeb, Treeman, anyone else who might still be in the chat, Turgeman, Yamete, I hope I said your name right. And anyone else, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye guys.